Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're looking at 3.13 two-way A and 3.14 Huron Carol. So this one's going to have to be in two little parts because the violas and violins are going to do this lesson in one particular way with the fourth finger A in first position, which you've been playing already, the way you have been violins, violas. And then cellos, you're going to be learning how to do a shifting to second position for a fourth finger A on the D string. So we're going to start with the cellos first because it's a little more intricate than the violins. Violins, all I have to worry about is playing your fourth finger on that fourth tape or the orange tape if you have the don't fret tapes on the D string, and that'll play the fourth finger A. Cellos, we're going to learn about shifting and how that works. So cellos, let's follow along, all right? Okay, so for cellos, you guys are going to be doing what's called shifting, where you're going to take your left hand and move it up and down to a different position. What you've learned to play so far is what's called first position. And first position is just where your thumb has been the whole time, where your fingers have been the whole time, with the yellow tape, the red tape, and the blue tape, or the first three tapes, okay? For your first finger, your third finger, and your fourth finger. Now, shifting is where you shift your hand or glide down your entire hand positioning to another spot. In second position, you're simply going to add your first finger now to the second tape, or in our case, if you have the don't fret tapes like we have here, the red tape, okay? So where our third finger would normally be for F sharp, now your first finger is going to be F sharp. And to do that, we got to take our thumb to move to that different position as well. So our thumb and our first finger are going to go from first finger E, yellow tape, now to first finger F sharp on the red tape. And we call this second position. Now, when we're playing measure 1 of 3.13 two-way A, we are going to start in first position. And how we know that is because, well, we start with an open D, and it has a number 1 below that first note, or above that first note, which is E, and that's the first finger, okay? That's a fingering number, right? Like we used to learn when we first started. So the first two notes are going to sound something like this, and we're going to add a bow to this. So it's down bow D, first finger E. Super easy. That's the yellow tape, right? Or the first tape. Then the very next part where it has F sharp, it has shift above that. Then it has a Roman numeral 2 under the note, plus a minus sign and a 1. So whenever you see a minus sign in a number, that means there's a shifting that's going to happen. This one adds as well a Roman numeral, telling you that you're going to the second Roman numeral or second position. So we started on a 1 Roman numeral, which is first position, and then you shift it up to second position. So without sliding your finger, you're literally going to play an up bow, F, or another down bow, sorry, F sharp from that E. So this is what the first three notes are going to sound and look like. I'm going to do it very slowly. Here's D, then E, then really quick, you're going to take your left hand and slide up to second position. Notice how I did that very quickly. I shifted it up to second position. But literally it's down, but pitch-wise, it's up in pitch. So the higher you go, right, is down the fingerboard. So here it is again. I'm going to play it a little faster. Open D, first finger E, shift to the next tape, and there's F sharp. Okay, so the next one has a number 2, and that's G. That's gonna be your second finger, but on the blue tape or the third tape. Okay, that's G for you. And so that's going to be an up bow G in second position. We know it's second position because the Roman numeral started on that F sharp, and it stays that same Roman numeral unless otherwise notated with a minus sign and another Roman numeral. So here's the first measure and what it's supposed to sound and look like. Shift. So we have open D, first finger E, shift to second position, F sharp, first finger F sharp, and then second position, second finger G. Now here's the kicker. You may not have this fourth tape if you have just the regular the vinyl tapes, but if you have the don't fret tapes, it's the orange tape here in second position. That's your fourth finger A. and then your ring finger goes on the white tape. So far, just like we've been doing, it's no white tapes. It's only the colored tapes. So the next note doesn't have a number above it or below it for that A, and so we're just playing open A. So we have fourth finger A and then open A afterwards. So here is measure 2 with that fourth finger A, then open A. You'll notice that it sounds exactly the same, and that's correct. We have one A that's with the fingering down on the D string, then open A. We do that to make sure that our pinky is in the right spot because it may be off just a little bit by like a millimeter. And when we adjust it while playing both strings at the same time, called double stopping, you can hear there's no difference. However, if it's a slight, just a little bit off, you start to hear that nasty wave sound. So make sure that it's in the right spot. So here's measure 1 and 2 and what it sounds like and looks like. I'm gonna go very slowly. D, E, shift the second, F sharp, G for 2 fingers, then A, half note, A, open A. Okay, then we're gonna stay in second position on measure 3, play another open A. Okay, then we're gonna go to G, 2 fingers, then 1 finger E. Then from here, shift back up or down in pitch to first position E, first finger, and then open D. Okay, so here's what 3.13 two-way A sounds like in your recording when you submit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it for the 3.13. Now let's take a look at 3.14 Haran Carol. And we have all the pitches already labeled out for you for fingering. So we're going to start on first finger E on the D string. Then we're going to shift up to second position, first finger F sharp on the D string. Second position, second finger G. Fourth finger A. Then measure 2, 2 fingers G. 1 finger F sharp. Shift back down to first position, first finger E. Open D. And then we stay on the first position, E, E, first finger, F sharp, 3 fingers, open D, and then E, E, and then a repeat sign. So here's what 3.14 Haran Carol sounds like for your recording. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat, stay on E, shift, shift back down, stay here, 3 fingers, open, first finger E. And that's 3.14 Haran Carol. That's what it should sound like for your recording cellos. All right, so I'm gonna do some responses now on this assignment for the violins and violas to show you what it's supposed to sound like for your recording submission. All right, good luck on your recordings, and I can't wait to hear them. Okay, so now time for the violins, violas, and what you're going to do for 313 and 314. At 313, you're going to be playing D for open string, first finger on the D string for E, F sharp second finger, G third finger, and then you get to the second measure, and you're going to reach for that orange tape or that fourth tape if you have the red vinyl ones that I put on there myself, and that's going to be A, as well as the open A string. So if you play the fourth finger A and then play the open A, they should sound the same. When you get back to measure 3, play fourth finger A again, and work your way down to G, 3 fingers, F sharp, E, and then open D. So this is what it should look like when you submit your recording for 313. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you may have noticed that that fourth finger A doesn't sound quite as well as the open A. To make sure that you know the exact placement of your pinky, because it does matter by millimeter how off you might be, play the open A string and the fourth finger on the D string to hear the difference at the same time. Okay, so let's look at the Violins Violis 3.14, Huron Carol, and see how it's supposed to be played with the repeat sign. Now, just to backtrack one little bit, we were talking about that fourth finger A on the D string and trying to match pitch with the open A. What that technique is called is double stopping when you're playing two strings at the same time. So angle your bow so you're pressing the D string and the A string. While you're tunneling and pressing down on the D string fourth finger, play the open A string. And they should sound almost exactly the same. If it's off by just a hair or too high, you'll hear that kind of like nasty sound, where you can actually hear that really well when you play them both together at the same time. So here's 3.14, Huron Carol with the repeat sign. 1, 2, 3, 4.